Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Happy January. Happy 2025. And also happy new lunar year. It's the year of the wood snake, and it's also a magical year, 2025. So, welcome to my monthly reflections. And this is where I reflect on my life and my business and my mission to help balance the darkness and light across this planet, and also to help those going through their awakenings, and also helping you raise your vibrations. Raise your vibrations. So, also welcome to my office. This is my office. I have two important things in my office. You might be able to see patches down here, and then I also have just behind me my dragon tree plant as well. So, what else do you need? I also have coffee, right? So that's important. Okay, we're not using Zoom, so I'm sure you got a good ASMR style gulp of my coffee. So January's been a big month, and I'd love to thank you all for your incredible support and your love, and so many of you signing up for my meditations, my 14-day spirit guide meditations. So thank you for that. And it's really important to me because I feel meditation, the Mediterranean meditation, should be free, because it is free for us to do, right? And I love that I can offer that with all your supports, and quite a few of you choose to donate as well after you finish the 14-day challenge, and you can keep doing it as many times as you wish. A few of you have donated, and that really helps me with the running costs and to keep offering you that service and others for free, especially those who don't have any money, or you have enough money maybe for a phone, um, and the data to be able to watch the meditations. And yeah, it's a real honor to help you through those services. I was going to take a quick look at my calendar because it just seems like such an epic month. I'll need to try and remember all the things. So I was on holiday at the start of the month, which was great. I had a really good break over New Year's, especially the second week, so that was fantastic. I did have a brief exploration into John Chat GPT. That was fun. A little bit unnerving sometimes when John Chat GPT would be responding to customers. If you're asking me questions through the live chat, especially while I was sleeping, then John Chat GPT would respond. Even though I trained John Chat GPT on my training materials and some of my public client sessions, so the transcripts of those, I thought it was doing a pretty amazing job, but just nowhere near what I would like to be able to offer you. And so I've decided to turn that feature off. But the good news is that should I decide to turn it back on, it's very easy to do. Should the technology advance more, it's very easy for me to just use all the data that I've collated. So if you're into data in any way, I created a data set, a training data set, of all these different materials in a standardized format that I can give to my chat GPT models to train them, help them learn, and then learn all the things. So that was good fun. Um, and then we also our daughter went back to university, so she's already back, and my son was going through his they're kind of like mock exams. We call them prelims in Scotland. So he was working through those, and our daughter was helping. I'm just looking over a calendar here on my screen so that I remember some of the events, some of the important ones. I was also got started back at Naked Revive. So every Tuesday, I offer my services, my increasing range of services at Naked Revive, the Wellbeing Centre in Haddington, East Lothian, Scotland. And an increasing number of you are coming to see me there. So thank you for your bookings. My most popular service so far has been my psychic reflexology, so foot massage, whilst doing a psychic reading, and then also doing some quantum energy healing at the end. Just like my online sessions, the whole thing is recorded, and then I send on privately the recording to you. So I've had quite a few of those this month already in January. And I also began I also began offering Swedish massage. So I've just reached that point in my training course where I've learned how to do all the sequences end to end, and it's just been amazing. It's just been it's such a beautiful thing to be able to help others and also to receive it. I've really enjoyed receiving Swedish massage. So in training, so I'm just working through my second case study now. 10 hours per case study, plus I need to do another 30 hours of sessions. So if you are interested, if you're in the area, my Swedish massage is just £15 while I'm training. So, so feel free to sign up for that. My online sessions have continued to you keep booking me, which is fantastic. Thank you, and that's been a lot of fun. I continue to do anywhere between 2 and 3 each day. As I've said quite a few times before, January, February, March are intense times for me, but I do have a holiday coming up just next week, which I'm excited about. And so there's intensity and there's also breaks as well. So looking forward to that. But yeah, my online sessions, the quantum psychic energy healing, that continues to be my most popular service. And it's just been really lovely meeting so many of you. I feel like every session is so beautifully unique, and I'm just able to reach such new depths. The more I practice with you, the more I help you. And quite a few of you have decided to come on and join the membership group. So our highest self membership group is now up at 34. So thank you for joining us. We meet twice a week. We meet twice a month on Zoom. And we just did a session last night, and that was really lovely. We voted for the topics of recalling energy, so anything you've ever given away, and cutting cords and contracts. So we did that. It was actually a relatively short practice at the start, and then we went on for about an hour and a half on the members had requested healings, clearings, and readings. It was so beautiful to do it over Zoom because, for instance, when we were helping heal one of the members' pets, they were able to show us. So took their phone or laptop over and showed us the pet. It was just so beautiful to see and to be able to help. So that was really lovely. I also kicked off the second run of the Higher Self Intermediate training. So that's been just amazing. We just this is week 3 just now, and the classes have just been incredible, and it's been so lovely receiving feedback. We have been through some of the darker aspects of the work as well. So we've been working through negative entity and energy clearing, understanding a bit more about some of the more extreme cases, which are demonic attachments or possessions. So been busy teaching my class that. And nothing by coincidence. While I've also I have had to have dealt with some of those very topics in client sessions recently as well. So I do, especially in my membership group, I do let others know when I'm battling demons, so that others know what I'm going through, and it's mainly just for awareness. And sometimes I will, as a result of that, clear space so that I'm both not exhausting myself, but also giving my energy time to clear. And I go through a whole range of practices to help with that. So I feel it's just really important to be transparent, and also it takes out some of those lowest vibrations. Like, what is it they say? A problem shared is a problem halved. And it's true, right? If you can share something, you lift that emotion out of shame, and into maybe you're just a bit scared, or maybe you're a bit low and feeling down. Like, that's still progression coming up from shame. What else have I been doing? I've also been busy getting you signing up for the foundational training. So thank you for everyone that signed up for it. It starts on the 10th of March. I've been posting videos that Chloe and I did of her experiences, and that was just so wonderful to share. And it's lovely that those experiences resonated with you. So thank you for that. I'm glad that the effort that Chloe and I put in has been helpful for others, and yeah, it all helps, right? It all helps just share our experiences. Um, and then I've also been busy doing some work to sort out things like personal finances and continuing to do work on my business finances. I've got an independent financial advisor that I've started working with for the personal side, and it's all the things like pensions and what if my business, what if I'm ill and I can't earn any money, offering my family some protection, not so much in the short term, but if it was longer term, it would be definitely more painful for us. And then also figuring out it's what I love about it is very conscious, right? You have to think more about when would I notionally retire or start to slow down. At the moment, we're thinking maybe 55, 57. It still feels really young. just a few Christmases to be what could have been a retirement, but I'll definitely keep doing this work, lightly just slow down. So that would be such an honor to be able to do, and to adjust our lifestyle as well. I don't need to earn tons and tons of money, and don't need to do tons and tons of work as a result. And my if I look at some of the numbers, because sometimes I look at some of these numbers to see. So big part of my mission is trying to reach more people. So I had 54 of you, 54 customers. This is according to my website. Engage with us. So thank you. And you booked 19 bookings. Now, I'm not sure what all those are, if they're all sessions. I don't think they're all sessions, but some of them could also be tickets to the events. Oh, there's an event I ran as well. I'll come on to that. Over 5,000 of you viewed my website, which is fantastic. Thank you for that. My YouTube went up to 6,500 subscribers, so thank you. And Instagram is just almost at 3,000. So it's just three more followers. So if you want to follow me on Instagram and help me get to 3,000, that would be amazing. Thank you. It is I am jon.binnie, BINNIE, and that's my my username on Instagram. And anything else that's interesting? I'd say the income wise, January definitely started a lot quieter, and it's totally understandable, right? We've got a lot going on in our lives, so that makes sense. What I did find is that it made me feel a bit more nervous because December had been a good month, and I didn't know like how to react to this, like this kind of roller coaster. I don't know, sometimes, for example, when I'm on holiday, it's almost like a test of your nerves. It's like, it's this feeling if you're not working. So it's like you're really facing that lack aspect of you. And I definitely found in the first week of 2 weeks that I've caught myself like creating John Chat GPT, and I was just like keeping busy, being a busy bee, busy Binnie, but there was no need really, like, and I think some of it was because when it's like the symptom of when you work too much and you're just focused, even if you love your work, then you start to drop your hobbies. And once I've done a song that day, it's like, what are my other hobbies? So I have got some other hobbies, including skateboarding, and there's also I'm setting up a night camera, so that you can see stars and UFOs and all things at night. So that's some of my other hobbies that I'll be doing. And camping, of course. I've got a lot of work to catch up on the camper van. And yeah, I want to thank you for all your bookings. I think we're currently booked out till I am booked out till June. And there is more availability, like much sooner. I keep slots available, reserve them just for in-person sessions. So usually there's something in the next week or two for in-person sessions. So that means if you're here in Haddington, East Lothian, Scotland, it's not where I live, but was where I do those sessions. Come and visit and come and say hello. And then looking back at my camera, I also ran the first event I'd done, the first training event I'd done, which was about 2.5 hours, just over 2.5 hours on receiving your dream life. And I had a couple of customers come along to that in Haddington. Unfortunately, a couple couldn't make it at the last minute, but it was great. I set up my projector, which I bought for the event, and we ran through like how you go about receiving, this dream life. And it wasn't lost on me that it was an evening event, and I just worked a full day. I was tired. That's not helpful, right? It didn't feel like that was a very good way of leading by example, but that was one lesson I learned. And then also, the attendees, and thank you for coming. You really seem to enjoy the advice, and we went through one guided meditation together. I think in hindsight, I would take you through more. You seem to really love that, and I'd do something like 3 or 4, even in the couple of hours. So that was all really useful learning. I'll definitely consider doing an online version of that, but really right now I'm just focused on balancing my work-life balance. So let's talk about that, John. Let's talk about some of my biggest challenges are balancing my productivity or sometimes hyper productivity with my health and my self-love and self-care and also family time, etc. I would say on average through January, it's been okay considering I loaded myself with so many bookings, and this goes back to November when I had such a spike in bookings, and you all booked me out for several months. So I've still got a lot to continue to get through, but after I was quite nervous going into January as a result, and by about the second week, I was starting to feel a bit happier that it was sustainable. And then I also did, oh yeah, how could I forget? An act of self-care, of self-love can also be investing in yourself. So even though January especially started, like my income was much lower for the month, I thought, and I had a chat with my wife about it and said, I think I should just like revamp my studio, excuse me, so rebuild the mixing desk setup and microphone and everything, and then whatever's left over equipment wise, I'll take into my office here upstairs in our home. And it's funny because the studio is just diagonally down through that wall, where what was a garage is, and that has just been such a great idea. It means that during the day I've got 2 different places I can do sessions. And when it's sunny outside, in fact, as you can see, it's so sunny outside, I had to close the blind so that I could record this. That was just really, really beautiful. And it cost a lot of money. I'm not sure how much I spent. I think between saving for it, and I'm sure when I catch up with my um, dear accountant lady next week, as she helps me with my books, and all this is so new to me, because I run my company, Heart Centered Wellness Limited, and that is the company that needs to trade, that I'm then an employee of, or director and employee of, or owner and employee of. And it was funny explaining this to my kids, because they're just like, I don't get it. You're just one person. How would you have a company and just you work for that company? I said, because there's no limit to how few people there can be in a company other than one. And that's me. But it gives you a lot more flexibility. I think in the UK, there used to be more advantages for being just like a sole trader, whereas now doing things through a company is easier financially, and it also helps you with liability as well. Where was I? Yeah, so I invested a lot of money, not really sure how much, at least £1,000. The biggest thing was a new mixing desk. That was about half of that money. And then I also invested I bought another new mic. So they're all the same mic. I've got 3 of these now. One for when I'm like going mobile and doing sessions at Naked Revive, one down in my studio, and one up here in my office. And they are just incredible. I love the quality of the Shure SM7B. This video is not sponsored by them. And then things like this big arm for that I have the stand on, even the ring lights I'm using just now. What I was able to do, like being, investing but being frugal, is I'd almost thrown out a mixing desk that no longer worked. And the thing was, it was the same version, it's the same model as the new one I bought, but it has a fault with it, which I believe will cost hundreds to fix, and it's not really worth fixing as a result. Is that it takes an SD card to record songs onto it, and that slot where you put it in is broken. So if you happen to be from Tascam and you're watching this and want to send me or repair my mixing desk, please do. But what I realized is I don't need to record onto the mixing desk in the office. I can still use it live. So yeah, I came so close to just throwing it out, but managed to like put some screws back in and get it back up and running. And although some of the features aren't as good as because the firmware is older, and I can't upgrade it, it's older than the one in the office, no, the one in the studio. It does exactly what I need it to, which is absolutely fantastic. So really happy about that. And the other big thing is I also bought like power supplies for my laptops. And now when I move between locations, whether I'm traveling or in my office or studio, I just literally unplug my laptop and plug it into different places. I don't have to unplug and take the power supply with me. And so all these, they're such simple things, right? But you see, when you do that 3 or 4 or 5 times in a day, and you're doing that every day for 5 or 6 days a week, and then you're doing that for months, suddenly like, hang on, I can make this fun and fabulous and freedom and flow. And it also helps me get ready to do more. I was just thinking about that today as the weather's starting to turn a bit and pick up and get nicer. I'd love to take this, build like a setup in the camper van as well. Quite what my wife will think of attaching various bits and pieces to the walls. Like it would be amazing to have a microphone stand like connected onto one of the walls in the camper van. But yeah, you can get brackets that remove and all these kinds of things. So I'll look into that too, but not in this month. I feel like I've spent more than enough this month. So yeah, that's helped a lot. And it feels, it was even silly things like I'd go into the studio and open the door and it was kind of jamming on the rug on the floor. Turns out that was really good to stop this kind of echoey boom sound in the studio, but it was so annoying. It's so annoying every day going in, or every time you go into session and squeeze through the door. And it took a lot of effort to move it around. So just simple things like that have made a big difference. Now I feel like I'm in and out. I've also reduced, like I have this kind of, it's like an object budget for a room. So I try and minimize as much as possible in a room. You might be able to tell from what's in here. And anything that comes in to the room has to like leave that day, right? And it keeps I feel it keeps my energy clear, my focus clear. You've also seen me doing some late nights and some days are very long. This week has been no exception. I think Monday, let me see, I have found as a pattern that my Mondays and Tuesdays are definitely intense. Let's look at the working week. So I had all Sunday off, which was great. And then Monday I was like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then Tuesday I was 9 a.m. to about 6:30 p.m. And then I had a podcast for someone in Australia at 11 p.m. So, and that was really exhausting. So I went to bed at like midnight and then woke up at 5 a.m. And then yesterday I was doing my Swedish massage course in the morning, and then went on to do some work for the membership group. Had a session, and then I finished last night, I think about 9:37. And then today it's like it's a lot as well. But what's getting better is I've been doing less Sunday nights. And then so I've been doing less Sunday nights, and then Fridays are the morning off. Sorry, the afternoon off. I'm just the reason I'm saying morning off is because tomorrow I have morning off. In fact, tomorrow I'm meeting my old boss from Amazon, so that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, today is like 9 to about 6:30, but I have breaks, and if I'm feeling like really tired, I will just shift things around and get some sleep. So it's fine to to factor these things in. And so I feel like the other thing I've already started doing is changing my slots. So I feel it's almost like how to describe this? It's like a journey of saying to yourself, I know I'm working too hard right now. I've got my hours are too long. So what am I going to do about it? And so I take some action every day. And one of the things I've been doing is adjusting my and it reminds me I've still got some further adjustments to make about my bookings going into June and July. And so you might wonder why they're going so fast. Like May, June, July those bookings start to fill much faster. It's because there's less of them. So I think what I'm going to do is I've also learned that I quite enjoy doing the sessions back to back. It gets you in a frame of mind. I have say back to back, there's a half an hour between them, but it allows me to like keep trucking, and you prepare yourself. Whereas if I just did one session 7 days a week, for example, or if I did 7 sessions in a day, that would be too many in a day. But over something like 3 days, I think that's what I'm going to do. And it's quite funny. It's the same, lightly, it's going to be the same working pattern I had at Amazon. Because what I used to do at Amazon for 2 years is I'd go in to the office on a Tuesday. I think I did Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'd work from home on the Thursday. So I'd work 3 days in a week, and they were super intense, really, really long days. But that feels like a good idea for me. That actually worked quite well, was to have, because I can still talk to people and do podcasts and interviews, maybe even live streams outside of those 3 days, and then just focus on work and sessions for those 3 days. And it gives me much more freedom for travel and hobbies, and especially as the summer's coming up as well. So I should get my booking schedule sorted out for the summer so that I can have lots of fun, freedom, flow. And I also appreciate there's currently about 25 of you in the wait list for sessions. I know June seems like a long way, but June will fill fast. So do if you do want a session, please do book now, and then it's still enough time for there will be some reschedules. I'm not sure how many I've seen in per month. It's been something like there's like 1 or 2 reschedules or cancellations each month. And what happens is, one of the reasons you've not been seeing me like posting about them so much is because some of them I just take back for myself for self-care, because it was already a really busy time. But where I do have the capacity, because I'm always thinking of you and thinking that you, especially those on the wait list. So I do keep an eye on that as well. And about once a week, I check in and check through the wait list, and you'll either see me communicate directly with the wait list or out through my newsletter as well, which you all get. And what's coming up in February and this new year of the wood snake? Well, about to go on holiday. Woohoo! I've got uh, I've got a lot of massage class stuff. So I've got Sunday, I'm going to the Swedish massage, and then the following Saturday, I've got it. In fact, I've got an afternoon of clients in our massage class, which has helped to prepare us like for um, doing the whole thing end to end. That's happening on the Saturday while we're on holiday. And it's quite funny because our holiday, it's like a trailer, or like a you call it like a in a campsite, or a big caravan, or mobile home, we call them, um, where it's actually the same distance from training, which is about an hour away from here. So I'm just going to head back in, and do that there. And I might leave earlier. We'll see. I might go there earlier and get everything set up with Patch first. So yeah, that's February's got holiday. So I'm there for a few days and then off for the week. Um, and I think I'm just going to keep running my training session through that, because I may as well. And because it honestly, it's more work for me to reschedule the training than it is, as I've found, than it is to just go turn up and do it. And often I feel very relaxed. I really don't mind it. And it just keeps the class on track. And by the end of February, the last couple of weeks of February, I'm back to normal, and it's still busy, lots of sessions, and coming into March, that's when I start to learn Indian head massage. So I'll be learning that as well as Swedish massage. But Indian head massage is kind of days dotted through like March and April. So that'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, if I'm definitely going to create psychic Swedish massage, and I'm going to ask some of the people that visit me at Naked Revive if they'd be interested in me trying it out, because you just got to start, right? You just got to try it and see what happens. So yeah, that's me. There's still things on my list which I haven't invested more time in yet, but I keep reflecting on it. Is organizing a retreat in the US. So it's still up there at the top of my list. What especially as I start to get through this workload, and figuring out when and where, but just making sure there's a good work-life balance first. Right now, it's through the next couple of months, it's just too much for me to take on to start organizing that. But and I know that a few of you have offered to help, so that's really kind. But I do want to just keep focusing on having a better work-life balance, and then once that settles, I'm able to then start focusing on things that aren't just sessions and training. So yeah, that's me. If you're wondering why I create these videos, it's to help share my journey. It's a vlog for me, and also I feel it's helpful with transparency as well. I love being transparent. I love talking a lot. And it's quite funny. It feels good. Like January feels really good. And yes, it's been tiring. But you've all been incredibly supportive, and you keep booking me for sessions, which I love. So please do keep booking me. And what I can see now more clearly every day is what I want. Like this current work pattern that I'm working was created by me in about November 15th or something. I think it was November 14th. I went on Linda G's show. And of course, I should mention I was back as well. We did a live stream in December, and then I was back on her show in January as well. And she's coming on my show in March, which will be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm feeling that that version of me still wanted to go through this lesson. The lesson of lots of work, but it's also, without being too hard on myself, like just trying to figure out what I really want, and somewhere between lots of sessions and I do love them. I would say actually that's probably something I should point out, is in January I've really felt that kind of uptick in enjoyment. It's like when you ask about the joy, like I look forward to it, because now I look at your booking forms that you've submitted for your session in advance. Like often I'll read it, and then I'll go for a walk and just allow things to marinate in me, and just allow, just to receive. And I always get really excited about your sessions, and I look forward to them. And I feel like if I could sustain it physically and energetically, I would do a lot more. So maybe it's a good thing that I can't do more than, maybe three in a day, and that even that's too much for, a 5-day working week. It's too draining. So yeah, it's just an honor to do something that I love and to enjoy this so much. So thank you for your love and support. If you're new to me and you've managed to watch this whole video, then well done. I'm John Binnie. Visit me at johnbinnie.com. The vast majority of my content's on YouTube. You also find me active on Instagram, and I post on TikTok, but I'm not super active there. I do check for messages every day, and I follow some people there too. So yeah, it's an honor to do this work for you and help this whole world. We all need to step out of our fear and step into our love, and ask the world, what can we do to help? What can each of us do individually to help? Take care, everyone. Sending so much love. Thank you. Bye.